Yo. Hey, I'm on a live right now. We'll talk about all that other later. Bye. Look at that shit.
Not only that, now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck off the property.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We ain't gonna be in here all day, but I had to get this one out because I think this one here. Oh, and peace to everybody in the half space, YouTube space, Facebook space, Twitter space. Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody watching, but they listening, they watching. We know. I love hearing what I say on other people's shit. I find it flattery. But the Freedman is back, and I'm on fire again. Fuck King Day, okay? Fuck King Day. I already told you I celebrated Martin Luther King's birthday on Martin Luther King's birthday. Fuck yesterday. I don't give a fuck about yesterday. That 3-day weekender for white folks, fuck all that. We back here today. Okay, we back here today. It's not King Day no more. It's King Week. We're gonna be on King all week because I believe that they've localized it to a day, just like they localized Black History to a month. They gonna keep it pretty soon. This won't even be. Oh, it's not even Martin Luther King's Day anymore. It's MLK Day. Y'all notice how it's done shortened up now to just MLK Day? MLK Day. So we can do all kinds of shit. We can do all types of tap dancing. We can do all types of butter biscuit. We can do all types of all lives matter shit on MLK Day. It ain't even got to be about Martin Luther King no more. It's MLK Day, a day of peace, a day of harmony. Sounds a little like a day of atonement. Much love and respect to the Minister Louis Farrakhan for putting together the Million Man March, but it didn't do shit for us. It didn't do shit for us. A Day of Atonement gave us nothing. And where we at right now, we are struggling between individualism and collectiveness. Individualism and collectiveness. And we're not doing this because this is the way we want to do shit. Black folks, Native Black Americans, freedmen, we built the teamwork system. In this country, the first faction of people who really worked as a team, I know people going to debate this and say Indians did it, Native Americans, whatever you want to say. They worked as a team first, but I can't fuck with them because they own slaves. So don't come at me with the Trail of Tears, because I'll come at you with a trail of years. 246 of them bitches, okay? Don't fuck with me no goddamn Native Americans and what they went through. They own my people. Okay, so let's fuck all that. So yeah, we ain't gonna go with King Day no more. We ain't even going with MLK Day. This is King Week. We gonna be on Martin Luther King all week long. All week. All week. We might stay on it all goddamn month. Who knows? Who knows? But right now we are struggling between individualism and collectiveness. See, they want black folks to go out here and think that they can be independent. They can be strong. You can do this all by yourself, because that keeps the responsibility off of the government for paying for the repair, for the undergirding of black people. They don't want to undergird black folks, so they want us to be out here and be independent. Get out there and work. Get out there and get a job. Be an American. Well, to be an American, you've got to make a substantial amount of money. I'm talking about earning dollars, not welfare, not all that other shit, the subsidies and shit that they give you. I'm talking about actual earning to be an American. And the government knows this. This is why they give the resources to people who wash up on the shores of America. See, if you could just come over here and just make it, they wouldn't care who comes over here from other countries. They're good. They're going to make it. This is America. Land of the free. They're going to do it. No, they lift them up and they give them resources as soon as they get here. Or they kick their ass back in the ocean. One way or the other. One way or the other, they give them a way to go. See, we haven't gotten a way to go. For over 400 years, black people ain't got a way to go. And the end of slavery didn't do it. The beginning and ending of Reconstruction didn't do it. The beginning and ending of Jim Crow didn't do it. The beginning and ending of the Civil Rights Movement didn't do it. We still fucked up out here. Why? Because we were a bottom caste then, and we are a bottom caste now. And I just want people to understand, you can't do this shit individually. It takes the collective for you to move. It always took the collective for us to move. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, we literally flowed with our family, with our allies. We didn't really use the word allies back then when I wasn't thin back then, but I know the words allies was not in use. But you were family. And you was either one of them or you was one of us. Now they want to preach individualism. They want to preach independence. Hell, you even got singers out there. Well, a couple years ago, Beyonce, independent, and single ladies. And then what was it? No, Neo, he was independent. He was talking about women. You know, everybody thinks that women can be out here and do all kinds of shit independently. Let me see you have a baby without a man. Let me see you have a baby. Not raise one, because raising one without a man, that's y'all choice. That's y'all choice. If you was vertical, then you got horizontal, now you vertical and you pregnant and you didn't know what was going to go on before, that's your fucking fault. That's your fucking fault. Don't blame him. He was an asshole before you let him up in your innards. Then you let him up in your innards, impregnated you. Now he's an asshole. No, he was an asshole before you let him in, sweetie. Don't blame him now. He was fucked up before. Now you got a baby, he don't want to raise it, and you mad. What you let him in for? You shouldn't have let him in. Don't blame him. He was a dickhead from the beginning. Because you was doing some individual shit. You wasn't thinking about the collective. You wasn't thinking about you, him, and the baby. You was just thinking about you and making it feel good. Because most of these pregnancies are not planned. Y'all just looking for the dang-a-lang. He just looking for the cussy. I get it. But don't y'all understand at the end of that, y'all can have a real productive moment. And I ain't talking about nothing. Well, I am kind of talking about nothing, but what the nut produces. Y'all not thinking that far down the line. Y'all not thinking past the skeet. Why don't y'all think past the skeet? You got to understand there's life after the skeet. And I hear my name's been floating around chat rooms and whatnot, and I appreciate everybody being concerned, or those who are concerned. Those who aren't concerned, fuck you too. But if HAPS decides to ban my content, if anybody decides to ban my content, they can all eat a dick. Understand me. I don't say shit threatening to nobody. I'm not a xenophobe. I'm not a homophobe. What I am is a bullshitophobe. I am. Yeah. I smell your bullshit and I start sneezing, bitches. I start sneezing. And you know who you hoes are on Haps, on YouTube, on Facebook. I don't really have no problems on Twitter because I ain't on Twitter. But I appreciate the views I'm getting on Twitter. Appreciate the love. Yeah. We setting up the whole situation so we can, we can take in, some contributions and things like that. We got some people out here that we fighting for. We actually are fighting for Marcel Dixon in South Carolina, who's looking to unseat Fish Fry Jimmy Clyde. And we're going to be taking up donations for his campaign starting this weekend. We just ain't got all that Cash App and Venmo and PayPal shit right. We got to get all that right so everybody knows where it's going. They can see where their donations went. Marcel has verified that he got your donation. We want all that shit to be right because this is for Marcel's campaign. This ain't got nothing to do with Freedman Media. We just the vessel making it move. We just the vessel making it move. I'm a deacon. I'm gonna have a coffer, okay? And then the coffer gonna go to Marcel. I guess Marcel is gonna be the bishop, But Marcel probably got people counting his campaign funds. He ain't gonna be doing it like himself. He ain't Umar. He ain't saying, donations, gifts, Red Lobster cards, gifts, Golden Corral. That's not Marcel. Marcel's on his shit. Marcel is on his shit, and we appreciate Marcel looking to unseat Fish Fry Jimmy Clyde.
Not only that.
Yeah, we're going to ride with that. We're going to ride with that all week. We're going to ride with that all week. What's that again?
Not only that.
Yes. Martin said, not only that. And he said it for a reason. Because there's so much bullshit that the government has done behind the backs of black people in favor of white European peasants. White European peasants have come over here and got the bag for hundreds of years, got millions of acres. And the people who are already in play, who have been farming and tilling this land for centuries, got nothing. And Martin said we was coming to get our check. That's what he said. He said we coming to get our check. Like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with the big lottery check. This ain't got nothing to do with that. He was coming for them tangibles and them resources. And they knew goddamn well, they're like, oh shit. Now you done figured it out. He done figured it out. It ain't about eating at nobody's goddamn lunch counter. It ain't about whether he can go and stay at the Holiday Inn. That's why Martin was at the Lorraine Motel. That's why he got gunned down on that balcony, because that was a nigga motel. That was the nigga motel. How you gonna kill us when we at the hotel you tell us we can be at? White folks are some crazy motherfuckers, I tell you. You tell us this is the hotel that we gotta go to, then you kill us while we at it. Seriously?
Not only that.
Yeah. So the way I'm looking at it, if Martin was on that path for reparations 50 years later, we would have to be sitting pretty good if he had not been murdered, slain, I say assassinated. See, they like to say slain. They like to use the word killed. They like to use the word murdered. But only every now and then will you see Martin Luther King was assassinated. See, a lot of people don't know the difference between assassination, murder, slain, or killing. There's a difference. Get my phone here. There's a goddamn difference. Let me show you something here. Y'all know I'm about the motherfucking words, right? I had to find out about this shit. I had to find out about it. So, to murder someone yeah, here we go. To assassinate someone means to target and deliberately kill a political leader or a very well-known person. That's assassinate. But if you just kill someone, they'll say slain. They'll say murder. They don't consider you assassinated unless you are a political figure or a very well-known person. I'm sorry, Martin Luther King wasn't a very well-known person. He wasn't a political figure. They said JFK was assassinated. Bobby Kennedy was assassinated. Why wasn't Martin Luther King? Why was Martin Luther King slain? Look on all the newspapers. King slain. Martin Luther King slain. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. slain. Why wasn't he assassinated? Because they wanted to minimize his death. They wanted to minimize his effect on America. Because he didn't just have an effect on Black America. He had an effect on America. Motherfuckers, they want to play dumb, but I ain't no fucking dummy. I'm not a dummy. So you can't play dumb with me. Play dumb with them. But yeah, we got to get out of this guise of individualism. We got to get out of this guise of thinking that we can actually do this shit out here by ourselves. No, we ain't standing with no motherfucking cup and no cardboard waiting for this shit. We got to continue to move. We got to continue to politic. We got to continue to grind. But we got to do it as a collective. We can't do it individually. That's why I don't get involved with a lot of y'all bullshit, because a lot of y'all bullshit be on some individual shit. Personal shit that y'all be doing individually. What's it going to do for the whole collective? Is it going to have uplift for the whole collective? If not, if it's just going to be for this little individual group over here, fuck that. What am I doing that for? Because that's going to go bye-bye in about 3 months. After the waves and all the hoopla go, that's going to go bye-bye. What's not going to go bye-bye is this. This ain't going to rub off. I'm going to still be a freedman. I'm going to still be a black man. And I'm trying to bring black people together in so many different ways. For one, we got to be grinding out here. If you ain't working, what the fuck are you doing? You just waiting to get arrested. You just waiting to get accosted. You just waiting to get fucked with by somebody. If you ain't grinding, you are asking for trouble. They just looking for reason to put black folks in jail now. Just looking for reasons to put black people in fucking jail. And I don't know why y'all don't know that. For the ones who do know that, salute to you. For the ones who don't, y'all fucking stupid, dumb, and slow. They create laws right now, to put black people in jail for some bullshit, for some dumb shit, old shit, crimes that you might have committed in the 20th century. Oh yeah, there's some motherfuckers out there going in for some shit that they did prior to 2000. Police just now catching up to them because they ain't got shit else to do. They ain't got shit else to do. Try to dodge this motherfucking pandemic. That's all they doing. Police don't even want to stop you right now. If you roll your window down, you get to coughing, them motherfuckers gonna be like, whoa, we don't want to deal with this. They don't even want to stop you if they don't have to. So y'all motherfuckers up here letting them pull you over. You got defective equipment. You letting them pull you over. You ain't got no L's. You ain't got no insurance. How the fuck you driving around without no insurance? It's 2022. You drive around with a car note and no insurance, and you let a motherfucker with a goddamn 2004 Impala with no insurance hit you? They don't even have to give you no money. If they had no fault, they'd have to give you $400 if you had insurance. But if you ain't got insurance, they don't have to give you shit. You fucking dummies. You realize if you don't have full coverage insurance, you get absolutely nothing if your car is totaled. And if you got no fault, all you're getting is $400. Your car knows $400, dummy. Your car knows $400. Then where you gonna get that goddamn down payment? Oh, you gotta wait for your taxes to come in. Oh, okay. So then you spend your taxes on getting a car. Okay. Those of you who got to get a car every tax season, got to get a flat screen, every tax season got to get a new game system, every tax season got to go to Miami, Las Vegas, or Atlanta every tax season, you some stupid ass bitches. Yeah, all of y'all. Y'all some stupid ass motherfuckers. Anybody got to go to the same 3 goddamn destinations every year by whatever clothes are in style that year. ain't got to buy a new flat screen, ain't got to buy a new car with your taxes every year, you a dumb bitch. You a dumb bitch. Don't nobody have to. Come on, Frida. These motherfuckers ain't got no goddamn gap insurance. They don't have auto insurance. You know they're going to say no to gap insurance when they get the car. That has to happen at the deal. A lot of motherfuckers don't even qualify for gap insurance because their payment be capped. The gap insurance will take it over. Motherfuckers have to pay for that shit in cash. They ain't got no more money. Shit. What up? So, you motherfuckers got to understand, individualism won't work for you. Collectiveness will work for you. But to be able to work as a collective, hell, you got to be able to work with your own people. You got to be able to work with your own people. You got to be able to work within your own household. You got to be able to work within your own network. And if you can't work within those motherfuckers, you definitely ain't going to be able to work with motherfuckers that you don't know. Come on now. You have to be able to work with people within your network. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all see other people out here and you think they're doing things individually. They got whole networks behind them. All these Palestinians, Chaldeans, Arabs, Indians, they got their whole motherfucking faction of people behind them. You don't never see them, but they all helping them. Black people push one or two people out there and try to help one or two people, but then forget about everybody else. Forget about everybody else. Or y'all think only one person can rise up at a time. We can all rise up if we going as a collective. You know, we can all rise up. You don't see one Asian kid going to college. You see that whole fucking slew, that whole neighborhood going to college. You notice how Asians are moving to certain sides of town in Washtenaw County, where they're densely populated, over in the Palisades, over on Ellsworth. There's so many goddamn Asian families over there. It used to be a lot of Arabs, now it's a lot of Asian families. They moving in certain pockets. They all going to certain schools together, then they all launching, going to college. We're all over the country. They're not doing that individually, they're doing that collectively. Yeah. How they coming over here getting houses and shit? Collective. Not individualism, collective. But that's okay. Keep thinking you can do shit just with an LLC. Thinking you can do shit with a nonprofit, with a DBA. No. That's on your own and everybody else hates you because you went and did that. They're not trying to work with you. They're not trying to uplift you. They're not trying to do what's right for your business. But go tell them motherfuckers you got a job at the post office. You'll get 300 likes, 700 congratulations. They hate you when you start a business. But you go tell them you got a new job, oh yeah, they all on your ass. And let me explain something to you. The motherfucker who wants to see you win will help you win. Don't tell me you want to see me win. No, I mean, I've already been rooting for you. Yeah, man, you know, you doing your thing. Motherfucker, you ain't never did shit to help me. If you're not helping me win, you don't want me to win. You might not do what I do. You know somebody who do what I do, then why ain't you sending me them? Don't tell me you helping me win, bitch. You're not helping me win, and that means you don't want me to win. Ease up on that. We done with that. The collective don't come up, we won't come up. Y'all gonna sit around and wait for the government to do some shit out here? Okay. We've got to put ourselves in position for them to do shit. And politically is where we have to be. But if we don't vote as a collective, because right now we're voting dumb. 90% Democrat, the other 10% scattered throughout the Republicans, independents, not voting, whatever. But I mean, if you're just going to vote Democrat and just take what they give you, then just keep bending over. But if you're going to get out here with some real brain power and understand these motherfuckers aren't for us, the Congressional Black Caucus, who advocates for Latinos, Asians, Pacific Islanders, Indians, Native Americans, whoever, not black folks, we need to disband them. The Congressional Black Caucus needs to go. They're a bunch of fucking coons. They're trying to get reparations for every motherfucking faction of people except black people. Get rid of them bitches. Just like black preachers. If black preachers are to continue to be the hub for politicians to go, we need to be running up in these churches when these politicians show up. Fuck them preachers. I heard that politician was here. I got some questions for him. Fuck your program, fuck your sermon, fuck all this. I got some questions for you. You want black people to vote for you? Here's my questions. I'm not here for all the shit. I'm not here for praise and worship. I'm not here for the message. I'm definitely not going to put no motherfucking money in that goddamn coffer. I want to talk to the politician that you got sitting up in the pulpit. Because that's a sin within itself. He ain't been ordained to do shit but lie to you. You raggedy motherfuckers go right to these churches and listen to these politicians lie to you and go vote for them motherfuckers. No, corner they motherfucking ass. Lock the doors, just like they're doing offering in black churches. Lock the doors when the politicians come in that motherfucker. That's how the collective works. You make sure they understand. If you want our vote, you better have something for us, motherfucker. That's the way it's going to be around this bitch.
Not only that.
That's the way it's going to be. Absolutely. Just in case any kids crept up in here, I know some areas of the country, kids is in final exams, so they got a little extra time. I don't want no kids in this fucking cast, and I just want you motherfuckers to understand that.
Now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck off the property.
Absolutely, Brother Edward. Mindsets and skill sets are very different. But as an individual, you're not going to get right unless you're being taught by the right people. Most people got to stop listening to the wrong fucking people. What up, Tony Tone? Everybody's got to fucking listen to the right people. We're not listening to the right people out here. We're just not listening to the right people. But we are a collective of specific people. But they've tried to flatten blackness in so many different ways. You know, started with the minority shit. Now we're all the way up to BIPOC. We've got POC out here. You know, and people that go with that, I'm a person of color, I'm a BIPOC, I'm a minority. That's all you'll ever be. If you don't speak on specificity as to who you are, as to who we are, you'll just clump yourself right in the midst of all the motherfuckers. Motherfuckers that have washed up on this soil, motherfuckers that are second generation, but there are people washed up on this soil back in the 50s and 60s. Most likely 60s. Wasn't too many people coming over in the 50s. In the 60s, they start coming over in droves saying they wanted to go to school here, wanted to live the American dream. Yeah. How'd that all work out for us? They let motherfuckers slide right up on the shores of America and slide right past black people who was in the middle of the streets marching and chanting, trying to eat at diners and stay at Howard Johnson's and hopefully move into a neighborhood where 3-4 white people live. Where these motherfuckers came in, got fucking vetted, got educated, and now they're over you. Now they just letting other motherfuckers just slide into the country. And they put them up. They give them education, give them housing. Then they put them right above you. Because there's so many of us, the highest homeless amount of people in this country. Who do you think it is? Ask Maxine Waters. She has the biggest homeless district for black folks in the country, from what I hear. That's just what I hear. Maxine Waters.
You rock, Scott.
Yo. All right, man, I'm live. I got to take care of this. I have John take care of it. Yeah. Find a night driver. Find a night driver. So I'm looking at a scenario of we have people over here that are looking to do real work, real business. Then we have people that just want to fuck around. They don't want to do real work. They don't want to do business. They just want to fuck around out here in the street. Trust me, I know them. But then when it comes to a situation like this, where I talk on specificity, they want to talk that minority shit. They want to talk that people of color shit. They've already fucking buckled down. So I'm not buckling down. The knowledge is available, however, hey bro. However, it takes much work and discipline to build a foundation of success. Many don't want to put it. Yeah, I understand all that. That's a moot statement. We understand the apathy. We understand the apathy. I get that. I'm not speaking on the apathy. I know there's people that are apathetic. But see, the problem with that is we don't need those people anyway. We don't need apathetic people. We don't need lethargic people. We don't need those people anyway. If you are misguided, but you are willing to learn, I will fuck with you, Edward. It's the misguided folks who aren't willing to learn. That's the ones that can be cast away. They can have them. They're going to end up in jail. The women will end up fucked up with multiple kids, with multiple baby daddies. The men will end up in jail on drugs or whatever. See, they're going to be that in all factions of people. White people, Asians, Latinos, Indians, Native Americans. There's always going to be those type of people. We're never going to get 100% of the people. We might get, 15, 20%? If we get 15 to 20% strong, you got to understand, 20% of 40 million Native Black Americans, 20%. We got a good situation happening there. 20%. So 20%, that's what, 8 million? 8 million. 8 million folks. We can move some shit around here. Because we're not all in one state. And those 8 million folks, we need politicians. We need police. We need judges. We need Black physicians. We need Black educators all over. And we need to start gleaning to those people. But see, we get into this situation where we want bigger is better, bigger is better. And we understand bigger is owned by Dwight. Dwight's got the biggest. But sometimes it ain't all about working for the biggest. These kids out here going to the biggest colleges and they getting lost, where they could go to an HBCU and be a motherfucking star. But the HBCUs aren't talked up the way they used to be. And you get the same education, you just might not have publicly the same credentials. But you can learn the same shit at an HBCU that you can learn at fucking Ivy League school. We've got to talk and teach collective behavior. If we teach individual behavior, we are going to be individualist. We are not going to want to fuck with the collective. We are not going to want to fuck with we are not going to have a collective. And I do what I can do in my little space, my little sphere. And if people don't want to listen, get the fuck out of my face. Because I done gone through it all. I don't give a fuck. There's not an excuse you can bring me. I'll help you stay out of jail, but I won't put money on your books. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. That's why I try to help you stay out. But once you go in that bitch, that's your motherfucking fault. So if you out here and you misguided, but you want to learn, I'm going to raise you up. I'm going to teach you up. I'm going to coach you up. But if you just a motherfucking misguided ass fool, that's your ass. That's not on me. I don't owe you shit. And I'm not into having them idle conversations or well, what do we do? Or how do we get this? No, fuck all that. Assemble. How about that? Assemble yourselves first before you want to start talking about that. How many people you got? 30,000 motherfuckers will watch somebody's video talk about some stupid ass shit. I get 12. I get 12, not 12,000. But motherfuckers will sit around and watch some goofy ass shit that's generally detrimental to Black American fare. But they'll watch that shit. But if somebody's sitting around telling them what the fuck to do and how to do it, nah, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. How to get shit right? No, don't nobody want to do that. Individualism and collective behavior is you should have 3-4 motherfuckers running. Man, I got this going. I'm trying to do this. You should have 3-4 motherfuckers running at you with ideas and this, that, and the other. Now you got a team. Now you're building it. Now you're building it. But do you get that on a regular? Most likely not. Most likely not. Most people that fucking run at me about some shit.
Deja.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. She's on the way back. Whatever. So we're in a situation where if a person is not in the frame of mind where they looking to build, I don't even want to deal with them. They want to be detrimental to themselves, that's fine, because you're not going to be detrimental to me. I've been there. I've lived that. I've really done that. And see, the problem with me is I've probably been detrimental to myself, but not detrimental to my mission. Because I buy a lot of stories. I listen to a lot of bullshit. I hear it, and I empathize, and I try to help. Now I'm just in that frame of mind where I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You ain't got to ride with me. You ain't got to ride with me at all. Go ride with somebody else. What you're not going to do is fuck my mission up. Narmer X, what's good, brother? In my opinion, we have to start collectivism within the family first. That's where I was at. I don't know if you was here earlier, Narmer. I started with the family. It starts with the home. Siblings putting up $100,000 together to start a local business, for example. Brother, you know what? Now you don't put money into it. So we got to step back a tad bit. We got to step back a taste. Putting up 100 racks sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. I just like to make sure that motherfuckers got life insurance. Can we all just make sure we all got policies? Just straight. Let's start there. So when one of us drops off, we ain't got to put a GoFundMe up on Facebook. Can we just make sure we got policies? I got to go get shit straight. I couldn't even get life insurance for like 5 years because I wasn't eligible because I was a convicted felon. And I wasn't even convicted of a felony. The case just had a felony case number on it, pled down to a misdemeanor, and they still wouldn't give me life insurance. So if I had died, my family wouldn't have got shit. If I had died in that little interval, my family wouldn't have got shit because of a crime they said I committed. How you gonna keep me from getting life insurance, from protecting my family after I die because of a crime? See, that's America. That's America. So we start with whole life insurances. You know, insurances that you can pull shit out the policy. Get them when you're younger. Because when I go in, I'm gonna have my whole list. I'm gonna have a whole list of everybody that I know, all the minors, they need to be looking at this. I'm not just gonna concern myself with myself. All the minors. Because if you start their minors young and paying that shit, then you can increase the balance as they get older, and they'll be able to pull shit out. Hell, they can pull shit out for home loans, student loans, braces, all kinds of shit. They're going to have kids, have all kinds of... So you put them in a position. So when we start talking about business and entrepreneurship and things like that, Narmer, I see where you're going with that. But I'm trying to pull the family together. I ain't trying to just pull us together and shit for holidays so we can eat all that fucking food that's going to clog up our arteries that is going to eventually kill one of us. I'm trying to look for that day after. Yeah. If you have PTSD, they're skeptical to give you life insurance as well. Yeah, that's why you can't go in there with that shit. No, you can't be talking about no PTSD because they look at you as a suicide candidate. They look at you as a suicide candidate or a homicide candidate. They're like, this motherfucker might get these policies and go check the fuck out. get killed by the police, then they'd have to pay. But if you have PTSD, oh, okay, yeah. But you get them insurance for them kids young. So yeah, we gonna be all right if we can get the collective thinking collectively. Because we are a collective. We just a collective of individuals right now. We're not all together. We're not on the same page. We are definitely not on the same page. See, everybody thinks that what we're trying to fight for right now is what we're trying to fight for right now. No, it's for our future. We don't elect politicians to help us right now. We get politicians in office for the next 4 years. So when you let a motherfucker come in on the first Sunday and talk that shit to you, and then you go vote for them in November, you better remember what they lied to you about on that first Sunday and put that pressure on them for the next 4 years. Don't just sit there and say, shake their hand, take a picture with them, and forget what they lied to you about. If you want to get voted in, motherfucker, this is what you're going to do for our people. That's the way it's got to be now. Fuck your preacher. Because your preacher got a nice tithe from that politician's campaign when they came to visit at the church. Y'all do understand that the preachers do get paid when politicians visit y'all church. They drop a little check in the coffer too. Absolutely. Yeah. Not that little ceremonial 20 that the politician actually puts in. No, he gets a check. The pastor gets a check from the campaign. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. So Edward, we ain't gonna jump the shark on this because I was gonna get with you. Frida, you need to get with Edward and get Edward my contact information because we are going to talk about pre-planning. I was in the field, Edward. I'd heard about you and you're in the world that you're in. I was in the field for family planning, for pre-planning. You know, I was also in the field for insurance. I believe in all of this shit. And I'm going to have an insurance salesman, and I'm going to have somebody who deals with the mortuary sales and things like that. I want to have that education on Freedman on Fire. Because we need to understand, we can't wait till the motherfucker stop breathing to put this shit in order. The average funeral is doubled if you wait till the person dies. When you talk about your funeral, your burial services, your cemetery plots, all that shit doubles. Easy. Life insurance is cheap if you're young enough, but policy goes up for a certain age. Absolutely. That's why we have to teach this when we're young. We have to get these things when we're young. We can't be trusting these policies that they be having with the 1-800 numbers and shit, because most of us don't qualify for all that shit. They get so critical, and then they can just underwrite, oh shit, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. And no. Get this shit while you're young, where you qualify for every motherfucking thing. They ain't gonna come back and do no back date on the underwriting. You got the policy, keep that policy up. You good. But yes, I definitely want to make sure that we get this out because we're at the beginning of a year. People start talking about saving and doing different things. You know, it's not just about losing weight, changing your diet and this, that, and that. You need to start talking about what's going to happen down the road. And you're going to die down the road. You are going to die. People in your family are going to die. And I know that there's some policies too that you can move from people to people, or you can utilize some of those. So what if you got a situation that you need some money and you need to pull it out? If that policy has been around long enough, you can pull it out of that policy for that person that didn't have that type of insurance, and then put that shit back so it's not affected down the line. There's so many different things, so many different flexibilities with insurance policies. Y'all need to be on that. I've heard about policies that stop, you know, when you hit the retirement age, which is really dumb. I don't know what kind of policy that is, but you know, that's another thing with policies that you have when you work for people. You know, your employer generally has a life benefit on you if you die when you're on the job. Your family gets part of that life benefit. The person you work for gets part of that life benefit. So if they're paying into a life benefit for you while you're working there, don't you think you paying for the life benefit while you work there? When you leave that job, you need to talk to them or their HR department about taking your policy, because that's your policy, with you. Ask them, can you pay for your policy that you've been paying on for the last several years with you? You didn't happen to die. So take that motherfucker with you and pay that policy. Now that's your policy. That's no longer your employer's policy. Because see, here's the thing. Who's to say that they don't keep the motherfucking policies open for people that leave them and just get a prorate since that person is no longer employed, but they could probably still get paid when you die? I think there's some situations that are already in courts now where employers held on to life insurance policies. You can check it out if you want to. I know y'all Google everything else I do. Yep. But we're going to talk more about individualism and collectivism, collectiveness. But I think now what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we keep the focus on these streams, not deviating. I appreciate everybody staying on the stream, staying on the topic, because that's what we have to be. And when I'm Freedman on fire, I'm not going to deviate. I will steamroll right the fuck over you if you want to get in here talking about some dumb shit that ain't got nothing to do with my fucking topic. That's just the way I am. That's where I'm at with it. If you don't want to fucking talk about what I'm talking about, go on somebody else's fucking cast. But I appreciate everybody staying on topic, because we ain't done yet.
Not only that,
It's King Week. Fuck that MLK Day shit. We King Week. And Martin Luther King, when he got killed, he wasn't talking about individualism. He was talking about collectiveness. He was talking about coming together, bringing poor people together, showing America how it had showed its ass for the last couple 100 years. And he was going to bring poor black people, poor white people, poor Jewish people, poor Asian people, poor Hispanic people to Washington. And he was going to show Washington, D.C. what the fuck it was really about. And they're like, we can't let him do this. Because so many black people had walked away from him because he wasn't talking the way he had been talking. He wasn't just that smooth talking, I have a dream nigga no more. Martin had let his fade grow out a little bit, had him a little natural going. He was going all back down through the South, telling the people in Mississippi and shit, yeah, we got you. We gonna get these problems taken care of. This was some fucked up shit that we did. He said he walked us into a burning house. And when they figured that shit out, they're like, we got to kill that nigga. We got to get rid of him. The jig is up. And they knew it. When he said we're coming to get our check, they were like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because see, the thing was, yes, he was definitely seeking restorative justice for us. He was seeking that. But he also knew we weren't going to get shit unless we worked as a collective. But now they want to teach you to work as an individual. When everything that we are built on as Native Black Americans, as freedmen, has to do with collective behavior. Everything. Y'all be good out here. We'll talk soon.
not
One love.